So we've talked about the incredible power behind the evil masked Saiyans in Dragon Ball Heroes that get powered up from the Timebreaker slash Dark Empire mask, and we've also had a discussion about the Dark Dragon Balls. Well, the one character in Dragon Ball Heroes who happens to have upgrades from both the Dark Dragon Balls and the Timebreaker mask is, of course, Broly, because the people who make Dragon Ball Heroes know how popular Broly is, so they always got to give this guy upgrades. So, let's talk about the character known as Dark Broly, or as they say in Japan, Broly Dark. So I've been getting into My Hero Academia. I've seen the first 3 episodes and I'm continuing to watch more, and I watch them right here on Verve, where you can see My Hero Academia in beautiful HD quality, subbed and dubbed. And if you've already got a Funimation or a Crunchyroll account, you can link them with Verve and watch everything in one app. And it's not just My Hero Academia. Dragon Ball Super's there, classic anime like Cowboy Bebop, Yu Yu Hakusho, also new stuff too like Black Clover's on there, Boruto, just everything you could think of is right here on Verve, and you definitely want to check it out. You get 30 free days through my affiliate link down below, 30 free days of Verve, and you can watch everything. Check the link in the description and sign up today. So in the intro to the video, I mentioned 2 other videos I've done about Dragon Ball Heroes, the Evil Saiyans Explained and the Dark Dragon Balls Explained. And if you have not watched those videos, I will leave links at the end of this video for you to check those out. But also, a little while ago, I did do a video covering Super Saiyan 4 Broly and how he works in Dragon Ball Super. So I'll leave a link to that video also at the end, because I think those videos are good companion pieces to this one. That being said, Broly is one of the most polarizing characters in the series. Some fans absolutely love Broly. I've seen some people tell me they got into Dragon Ball Z from watching those old DBZ Broly movies. Meanwhile, other people don't really like Broly or even his fans. But no matter what, Dragon Ball Heroes recognizes that Broly is really a popular character, and that's why they keep bringing him back. So, what is Dark Broly? So first of all, I want to say the thing about Dark Broly is that he is presumably the same Broly that we previously saw in Heroes a long time ago as Super Saiyan 4. In fact, the only time we ever see Broly Dark is in the SS4 form. We never actually see him in a different transformation. Now, that being said, and I always say this in these videos, but I want to clarify for those of you who may be discovering this channel or might be new here, when it comes to Dragon Ball Heroes and Broly Dark and a lot of these characters, the reason why they're called like Xeno Broly, Xeno Goku, Xeno Vegeta is because these characters, while they have the same backstory as those in the main continuity, in the main Dragon Ball Z story, they are from a different timeline. This Xeno Broly, or Dark Broly, is a different Broly than the one from the 3 Dragon Ball Z movies, but it's the same character with the same backstory. This is how they're able to explain why there are multiple Gokus, multiple Trunkses, and things like that within the Dragon Ball, multi-timeline omniverse, as you can say, because there's different timelines in Heroes, and these characters come from those timelines. And one way that you can really tell whether or not a character is Xeno or from the main timeline is their clothing. Broly's clothing as Xeno Broly is similar but not identical to the original Broly. And that's the same thing with Xeno Goku and Xeno Vegeta. You can see the little changes there. This Broly has different kinds of wristbands and different kinds of boots and different kinds of pants. The colors have all been changed for him, and that's kind of how you can tell, if it's Xeno or regular Broly. But regular Broly doesn't really appear in the arcs that Broly Dark has been in thus far, but unironically, all the Brolys and all the timelines have one thing in common. They really hate Goku. So in the past, I've already explained what the Dark Dragon Balls are, so there's not really a need to go into that again, but the story of Dark Broly begins with Broly, Super Saiyan 4 Broly at full power, being fused with the 7-star Dark Dragon Ball, and then Mecha Kibura, the leader of the Dark Empire, is trying to control Broly and use him as a slave. And the main way to control Broly is to give him the demonic slash Timebreaker mask. And thus, we see Demon God Toa and Xenoparagus give Broly the mask, and now he has a power upgrade that is absolutely nuts. And that's on top of Super Saiyan 4, so this is when he actually becomes Broly Dark. Now, when he wears the Timebreaker mask, the Dark Empire tries to brainwash him and control him as their slave, but if you know anything about Broly, you know that trying to control Broly never really works out. I mean, just ask his daddy, Paragus. It just doesn't work. In fact, Xenoparagus is actually there trying to control Broly, but it's just not easy, obviously. Goku shows up, and what happens when Broly lays his eyes on Goku? Yeah, he's gonna get a little mad, so Broly breaks the mask and goes right after Goku. Now, the Goku that they are fighting is Xeno Goku, not main timeline Goku. I've already covered him in a video before. And pretty much what happens is, Xeno Goku appears trying to stop the Dark Empire from a portal, and while Paragus and Towa are trying to restrain Broly, Paragus gets knocked through that time portal, and Towa, who at the time was in her demon god Towa form, which is her strongest transformation that was given to her by Mechakabura's Makai energy, gets rocked so hard that she reverts back to base form. Broly Dark is no joke. So what ends up happening is Mira shows up, and if you played Xenoverse 2, you've seen this before. Mira absorbs Towa and gets an unbelievable power-up, and then we have a three-way fight. Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Goku, Broly Dark, and Mira with Towa absorbed. This is so freaking awesome in the Dragon Ball Super manga, yo. It really is. I mean, it's wacky, what-if, fanfiction-y stuff, but how often do we get three-way fights in Dragon Ball? Like, it's not very common we actually see three-way fights, so seeing one in Dragon Ball Heroes to me is a breath of fresh air. So, this fight is epic in nature, and what ends up happening is there is a huge beam struggle. Broly ends up getting knocked unconscious, and the Dark Dragon Ball is taken. So, during the fight, Mechakabura comments that all three of these fighters have around the same battle power. So that's interesting to me, and it really shows how powerful Goku, Mira with Towa absorbed, and Dark Broly are, specifically Xeno Goku, in that they're able to compete at this level, and Broly's able to knock Demon God Towa out with one shot. I mean, I'm not a power scaler, but just do the math here as to how crazy this power actually is, because we have Super Saiyan 4 Broly, plus the Dark Dragon Ball, plus the Timebreaker mask, and all those power boosts, and yet, even with all that bonus power and all those multipliers that the mask and the Dark Dragon Ball gives you, Super Saiyan 4 Goku with no mask and no Dark Dragon Ball, Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Goku still kept up with him. So, once again, Xeno Goku is no joke, but remember, Super Saiyan Blue Dragon Ball Super Goku still beat Xeno Goku, so that should tell you where everyone stands in the pecking order. With that being said, we're going to bring this video to a close, because now we have told the story of the strongest form Broly has attained so far. But because Dragon Ball Heroes loves Broly so much, I wouldn't be surprised if he got more forms and more power in the future. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, check these out as well. See you soon.